Greetings and welcome, my insatiably curious friends. Have you ever pondered the prodigious depths of the human mind, where reason dances with imagination in a ceaseless ballet? Today, let us take a stroll through that enigmatic garden where science and mystique convene, a place where hypnosis and intelligence flirt with each other under the archways of neuroscience. Imagine just for a moment that you could awaken dormant abilities within your own mind. Well, the roots of hypnosis stretch back to the ancient Greeks, borrowing its name from Hypnos, the god of sleep. Now, this doesn't imply a slumberous oblivion, but rather a trance, a hushed library of the mind, if you will, where one may read the hidden texts of one's own psyche. Ah yes, intelligence, a term often reduced to mere numbers on a test. Yet true intellect is a radiant spectrum, isn't it? A kaleidoscope of creativity, adaptability, and of course the speed with which we learn. Now, what if we could turn the dial ever so slightly on some of these elements? I see you, science enthusiasts, eager to dissect the magical into the rationale. Beyond the smoke and mirrors, hypnosis embodies intricate neural choreography. There's a dance of neurons, neurotransmitters, and brain regions, each playing its part in this ballet. The wonders of fMRI. It lets us spy on the introverted brain regions and extroverted neural pathways, and how they interact differently when under the spell of hypnosis. Now, have you ever wondered why it's easier to remember a song you love as opposed to an equation? Research uncovers promising whispers that hypnosis might be that background melody for our learning, that it can actually make the strenuous seem effortless. Our mind becomes an amphitheater for accelerated learning, silencing the critics in the aisles of our consciousness. And just for a note, there's more to this than speculative philosophy. There are students, artists, athletes who've all reported the honing of their craft under the subtle guidance of hypnosis. But caution, these stories are the brushstrokes in a much larger painting yet to be completed. Wouldn't it be transformative if you could customize these insights for your own mind's journey? Here's where you come into the picture. There's a 5-day free self-hypnosis course waiting just for you. Do check the link below. Think of it as your personal compass in this uncharted territory. Imagine the human brain as a medieval city, replete with winding alleys and bustling marketplaces. Now envision hypnosis as a secretive nightfall, a time when the cacophony subsides and the city's hidden treasures emerge. You may then ask, can this quietude be a catalyst for cognitive flourishing? Certainly you're familiar with mindfulness, a term that's all the rage in modern wellness. But did you know that hypnosis was mindfulness avant la lettre, as the French say? That's right. The mental stillness one cultivates through hypnosis can usher you into a space akin to heightened mindfulness. It's an oasis of tranquility, where the seeds of focus, creativity, and insight find fertile ground. Have you ever been so immersed in a book that the world around you fades? You're in the zone, so to speak. Well, hypnosis provides a shortcut to this invaluable mental locale, allowing one to mine the resources buried there more efficiently. And this, my friends, is where self-hypnosis, that wondrous blend of ancient ritual and self-directed modernism, enters the scene. But hypnosis is no monolith. It's an art form with diverse applications. Picture a medical setting where hypnosis has been used for pain management or even surgery. The cognitive implications are tantalizing, aren't they? If one can alleviate physical pain, just consider what potential lies in easing the burdens of mental fog or emotional strife. Let's not forget the role hypnosis could play in improving mental health, a therapeutic tool that brings about profound neurological shifts, converting gray skies to hopeful blue. Have you ever considered what could be possible when you release the mental anchors holding you back? And on that note, for those of you eager to set sail on this inner expedition, I have just the chart for your journey, a 5-day free self-hypnosis course. As you embark on this fascinating voyage, let this course be your sextant, a navigational tool aligning you with the celestial bodies of wisdom. Again, you'll find the link in the description below. Now, have you ever wondered how, in this perpetually buzzing digital age, you might cultivate a sanctuary of focus within the whirlpool of distractions? What a question to ponder. Imagine, if you will, a mechanism as ancient as the whispering winds of Mesopotamia, yet as modern as your smartphone's voice assistant. A bridge between epochs, none other than hypnosis. Oh yes, hypnosis. Not the stuff of stage magicians, mind you, but a scientifically supported tool for cognitive improvement. Picture this. By inviting a state of heightened attention, hypnosis essentially allows you to quarantine your focus from the ceaseless distractions of the world. What a fortress of concentration one could build, not just during the trance, but extending this state into your daily activities. Now, you've heard of mindfulness, haven't you? Mindfulness, the darling of modern wellness culture, where one sits, focusing on one's breath or perhaps a candle flame. What if I told you hypnosis was a cousin to mindfulness, perhaps even its older, wiser relative? Indeed, while mindfulness opens a window to the ever-changing panorama of the present moment, hypnosis zeroes in on a selective slice of that panorama. It's as if mindfulness shows you the full canvas of an art gallery, while hypnosis directs your gaze to a singular, mesmerizing masterpiece. Imagine the practical implications. Students reciting facts as though they were lines from their favorite songs. Athletes achieving that elusive flow state. Even you, fully engrossed in a riveting novel amidst the clamor of a bustling cafe. The applications are as varied as the hues of a brilliant sunset. But let's dive deeper into the currents of your cerebrum. Have you ever considered the notion of rewiring your brain? Oh, it's a fascinating concept called neuroplasticity, our brain's incredible ability to rearrange its neural pathways in response to experience, learning, or even injury. And what if, just what if, hypnosis could serve as a catalyst for this neural gymnastics? The mere possibility that by cultivating a state of deep focus, you could engrave these changes not just on the canvas of your memory, but on the very architecture of your brain, is something straight out of science fiction, don't you think? To those of you captivated by these prospects, I've devised a 5-day free self-hypnosis course that can serve as your gateway into this exhilarating world. It's your personal compass in navigating these vast terrains, and I promise you, you'll be fascinated by the landmarks you discover. Just check the link in the description, but what's this? The path Ede still stretches out, shrouded in both intrigue and promise. We'll delve deeper into self-hypnosis and even venture into altered states of consciousness. And, if you'll entertain the thought for a moment, imagine possessing the golden key to your mind's most intimate chambers. Not a physical key, of course, but a mental one, known to the world as self-hypnosis. Yes, self-hypnosis, a solitary dance between you and your subconscious. It's like having an internal alchemist at your beck and call, refining the crude ores of your thoughts into glistening nuggets of focus and ingenuity. It all starts with the simplest of rituals. A deep breath in, a measured breath out. Picture a quiet forest, its air imbued with the whispers of ancient trees, or perhaps a calming shore, its waves singing lullabies to the sand. As you ground yourself in this serenity, your mind becomes a receptive canvas, waiting to be painted with suggestions of your choosing. The wonder of self-hypnosis lies in its democratic spirit. You are the director, the actor, and the audience of this inner theater. It bends to your will, serving purposes as diverse as honing your academic prowess to nurturing your innate creativity. But remember, my dear explorers, this is no magic wand. It's more like a spade, helping you unearth treasures buried deep within your cognitive landscape. It does require an investment of time and patience, as all worthy pursuits do. And for those of you navigating the more treacherous waters of severe mental health conditions, professional guidance remains your most reliable compass. And let's not forget the intriguing notion of customized hypnotic techniques. For instance, think about having an arsenal of pre-recorded scripts or mental images, each designed to turbocharge a specific facet of your learning. Perhaps one to rouse your dormant linguistic prowess before a French class, or another to cultivate a stoic poise before a nerve-wracking public speech. It's like having a Swiss Army knife for your mind, each blade sharpened to perfection for its unique task. But let me sprinkle in a bit more. You'll find this particularly titillating. We're barely scratching the surface of altered states of consciousness. Imagine floating in an ocean of heightened awareness, or plunging into the abyss of your deepest fears, only to emerge enlightened. Are you not intrigued by what awaits us there? Yes, our sojourn into the captivating world of hypnosis will extend its branches into these uncharted territories. But for now, I encourage you to delve into the 5-day free self-hypnosis course I've prepared. It'll give you a foundation as solid as ancient bedrock upon which you can build your fortress of concentration and creativity. The link awaits your click in the description below. Now, have you ever wondered about that almost mystical state athletes refer to as flow? That pinnacle of human experience where the world fades away and you're lost in the moment. Hypnosis bears a striking resemblance. It's like the soloist finding the perfect pitch, a moment where your mind is receptive, where the inner critic is hushed, and your cognitive faculties are tuned to their finest. You see, hypnosis isn't just about swinging pendulums and dramatic stage performances. It's a tool, a lever we can pull to augment our mental landscape. Now, the use of altered states for skill acquisition is far from new. Shamans to scientists have dipped their toes in these ethereal waters. Imagine, just for a moment, a dancer employing hypnosis to master an intricate routine. Through mental rehearsal, she doesn't merely dance, she becomes the dance. Likewise, a student struggling with algebra could harness the power of suggestion to grasp elusive concepts. The beauty of the mind when freed from its own limitations. Of course, these are not just fanciful narratives. There are professionals, psychologists and hypnotherapists, who posit that hypnosis can enhance the way we learn, how we perform. But let's not get carried away. Like any scintillating melody, it requires accompanying harmonies, rigorous scientific scrutiny in this case. The exploration is still young, still stretching its legs. Now let's navigate to another rich pasture, mental health. This isn't just an add-on, it's an enabler. Hypnosis has been a stalwart companion to those wrestling with psychological woes. How marvelous it is that the same state of heightened awareness and openness can empower someone battling anxiety or depression. By casting the light of positivity and control over the murkier parts of our psyche, hypnosis offers a promising venue for cognitive evolution. Yes, clinical settings, where the rubber meets the road. Preliminary findings suggest the hypnotic state might even extend its bountiful hand to enhance cognitive functions in the elderly or those battling neurodegenerative disorders. However, let us not get lost in the euphoria. There are miles to go before we sleep, scientifically speaking. Now, a moment of caution, my friends. While the narratives about hypnosis might seem enchanting, it's vital to separate fact from fanciful myth. No, hypnosis won't make you a genius overnight. And it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. Your mileage, as they say, may vary. Openness to the experience often trumps gullibility. Before we bid adieu for those who are keen on experiencing this phenomenon firsthand, there's a 5-day free self-hypnosis course available. It's worth checking out, and the link resides in the description below. It's a starting point, a stepping stone on your path to cognitive expansion. But remember, we've only read the prologue. Our expedition into this vibrant nexus of hypnosis and intelligence is far from over. Now let me pour you a cup of knowledge steeped in curiosity. Hypnosis. Have you ever wondered how this intriguing practice is not merely a stage spectacle, but a window to augmenting your intellectual capacities? Your eyes sparkle with a glimpse of the cosmos. I can tell you're hooked. Hypnosis, my friends, is as much science as it is art. Much like how alchemists yearn to transmute lead into gold, hypnosis aims to enhance the very fabric of your cognitive abilities. Think about it, a deep state of focus and relaxation that allows your mind to absorb and retrieve information more effectively. Of course, it's not a magical incantation, so don't expect to wake up one morning speaking fluid Mandarin or solving differential equations unless you've worked on it. But do consider it as a catalyst, a friendly nudge to push the limits of your own cognition. And before you ask, no, it won't make you a genius overnight. Now, wouldn't that be something? The Greeks had a saying, genius is born, not paid. What hypnosis can offer is a tool set, a mental workbench, if you will, to foster an effective learning environment. Imagine just for a moment heightening your cognitive flexibility. That's like giving your mind the agility of a gymnast, graceful, swift, and incredibly adaptive. Patience is the essence here. Hypnosis is no instant coffee. It brews over time. Some of you might feel a change in a matter of weeks, while for others it may stretch over seasons. We are all unique masterpieces, aren't we? Let's not rush the brushstrokes. I hear your concerns whispering in the corners of your consciousness. Is it safe, you ask? Skepticism, a virtue of the wise. Hypnosis, under the tutelage of a trained sage, is generally safe, but do tread cautiously if you are grappling with complex mental health conditions. The canvas of your mind is delicate. Let's not smudge it carelessly. Now you may have your toolkit of learning techniques, be it spaced repetition or active recall. Like an artist with a palette, why restrict yourself? Combine them with hypnosis. Imagine blending Van Gogh's Starry Night with the principles of fractal geometry. Marvelous, isn't it? If you're yearning to dip your toes into this fascinating ocean, there's a 5-day free self-hypnosis course waiting just for you. Do check out the link in the description below. Who knows, perhaps it will be the cornerstone of your intellectual mansion. Have you ever considered how the journey into hypnosis is not just a quest for personal improvement, but rather a reflection of humanity's eternal yearning for transcendence? Think back to the Age of Enlightenment, a period bubbling with intellectual effervescence. Philosophers and scientists like our old friends Descartes and Newton didn't merely seek to understand the world, they aspired to transform it, to elevate human existence. In hypnosis, we find a modern echo of this age-old ambition. Just as the Renaissance polymath sought to bridge the spiritual with the empirical, hypnosis harmonizes the subconscious with the conscious. It's a concert where the music of your deeper self flows in sync with the rational cadences of your waking mind. And what a symphony it can be when conducted properly. Now, let's shift gears for a moment. Imagine just for a second that you are a conductor standing in front of an orchestra. Each musician holds an instrument. These are your cognitive abilities, your memory, focus, emotional intelligence, and so forth. Hypnosis, my friends, is like the baton that fine-tunes these instruments. It allows for better synchronization, leading to a more resonant performance of your mental symphony. Wouldn't it be fascinating if you could wield that baton to perfect the score of your life's journey? And speaking of journeys, have you ever hiked up a mountain? Every step demands your utmost focus and balance. It's challenging, yet the view from the summit, it's a panoramic marvel, isn't it? Similarly, hypnosis can serve as a trail guide, helping you navigate the rocky terrains of your mental landscape, leading you to vistas you never thought possible. By now, you might be wondering how to embark on this enthralling expedition yourself. Well, there's a convenient first step, a 5-day free self-hypnosis course. It's a beginner's map, charting out the essential territories of this fascinating realm. I'd highly recommend giving it a try. Once again, don't forget to follow the link in the description below. I can sense that we've uncovered a wealth of curiosities today. Yet consider this, every answer leads to a new question, every discovery to a fresh wonderment. As I've often found, each intellectual summit merely grants a view of more higher peaks to climb. And it seems we've reached the concluding bars of today's intellectual symphony, though rest assured this is far from our final performance together. As Goethe once remarked, whatever you can do or dream you can, begin it. Boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. Let that serve as your clarion call. Engage with the mysteries of the mind, not as mere spectators, but as active participants in the grand theater of existence. Feel free to take that first step. The 5-day free self-hypnosis course is an excellent place to begin. It's akin to being handed the sheet music for a masterpiece, one which you'll learn to play to perfection over time. So until we reconvene in this salon of thoughts, this arena of ideas, carry the flame of curiosity with you. Keep it alight. Fan its embers. For our expedition through the labyrinthine corridors of human potential is just getting started. Until then, be well and remember, the journey towards wisdom is the most noble journey of them all. Farewell for now, my friends.